3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, it's Friday the 19th of July, which means it's news roundup with BAM. Except you're getting me, G, instead. San Diego Comic-Con is going on, so expect every part of life to be flooded with things from there. This news piece included. Ubisoft are being coy on Assassin's Creed VR. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot played his card close to his chest when asked about the company's intention in the virtual reality space during its quarterly sales conference call on Wednesday. During a Q&A session, Ubisoft was asked about a recent report claiming Facebook has signed deals for exclusive Splinter Cell and Assassin's Creed Oculus VR games, and how investors should be thinking about VR opportunities for the publisher. While Guillemot's response was non-committal, he suggested there could be an opportunity in the VR market for Ubisoft, should the right ingredients be present. Guillemot went on to say, on the VR side, we think seamless, frictionless, and good entry prices, and good games, could help this business take off because it provides a good immersion for players, but we need to make sure those elements are there to actually make it grow. Ubisoft has published a handful of VR titles including Eagle Flight from Ubisoft Montreal, and Star Trek Bridge Crew from Red Storm Entertainment. And Dustwind will get a single-player campaign in a few days. Yes, real-time tactical RPG Dustwind by Dustwind Studios and Set Software is finally getting a single-player campaign on July 25th, along with a new playable race, the Titans, and an improved map editor. The much-requested single-player campaign maintains the tactical RPG, with extensive customization options for the player, letting you play to your own strengths and style as you make it through the wastelands, though the new Titan race will only be playable in multiplayer. This top-down shooter released almost a year ago, in August 2018, and next week's update will be available for free. 𝘿𝙪 is coming to the Switch. Another guest of the show, 𝘿𝙪𝙀 Mark by 6eye Studio, who we had on the Rated R show last October, episode 136, is releasing on the Nintendo Switch next month. 𝘿𝙪𝙀 Mark take you to the world of Tiora, where the Council of Immortals now rule the land through the mortal agents, the Arbiters, and you play as Kiri, an Arbiter that sets out on an adventure to protect the land and uncover centuries-old secrets that could shake the very foundation of everything her order stands for. This critically acclaimed fantasy tactics game came out in April on Windows, Mac, and Linux via Steam and on Xbox and PlayStation consoles, and the Nintendo Switch release will be available on August 14th. And at Comic-Con, Tom Cruise shows Top Gun sequel trailer Maverick. San Diego Comic-Con had a surprise visit from Tom Cruise, who was there to promote his latest project, Top Gun Maverick. Set in the present day and a direct sequel to 1986 Top Gun, the movie reportedly sees the pilots take on the concerns of a workplace slowly being replaced by drones. Also joining the project is Val Kilmer, who played Iceman in the first movie, as well as Miles Teller, Jennifer Connelly, Glenn Powell, and John Hamm. How the story will deal with the 3.5-decade gap, or the exceptionally long career of Maverick, remains to be revealed. In more movie news, Edward Furlong is returning to Terminator Dark Fate. Straight from the film's panel at San Diego Comic-Con, franchise creator and producer James Cameron has announced that Edward Furlong will return to the role of John Connor for the upcoming Terminator Dark Fate. Furlong previously played the role in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, but sat out in every subsequent sequel where the role was filled by Nick Stahl, Christian Bale, and Jason Clarke. A sequel to the Terminator and Terminator 2 Judgment Day movies, the new film will ignore all the other movies in the franchise and pick up decades later as a new type of Terminator is sent back to Terminator New Target. This new group of heroes will cross paths with Sarah Connor, and of course Arnie will be back as the original Terminator, who will team up with them to make their own fate. And finally, in the rumor mill, the next PSVR will have all the tech and cost nothing. Sony's PlayStation VR is expected to get an update alongside or just after the PlayStation 5, but where the PS5 had some of its details revealed in leaks and official presentation, the PSVR 2 is mostly spoken about in rumors. A June 11 US patent application sees the inclusion of head and eye tracking, which may or may not mean Sony is working on a headset with those very features, Using MEMS gyros and accelerator, one proposal is that the system will be able to better track and estimate where the user is looking and thereby reduce discomfort. Eye tracking combined with foveated rendering could work to present the user with a better quality visuals in the part of the image they're looking at, while reducing quality in other areas to keep up with clarity and reduce input lag. Think of it as a way to direct the PS5's resources to where they're needed, and for examples of this concept, check out the Japanese company Fove's headsets. Other features mentioned across the internet includes a 2560 by 1440 resolution, 120 Hz refresh rate, 220-degree field of view, and that the headset will indeed be wireless and work for 5 hours without a recharge. All of this for the low price of 250 bacon tokens. Exactly how all this is achieved without cooking the wearer's brain parts remains to be explained, but meanwhile we note that the regular PSVR is confirmed by Sony to be compatible with the PS5. And that concludes this Friday's little look at the news. We're of course back on Monday. Drag will be covering even more news because this weekend is going to be bonkers with them. Next week, we should have a little standard fireside chat going on. It's still July, but after that, interviews are picking right back up. So hit like, hit subscribe. Join us over on Discord if you want to, where we're discussing news, we're discussing games, movies, TV, etc. Usually you can find a link in the descriptions. And that was really it from me. Ciao.